How's everyone? 6 o'clock, end of the day for me. Bit of work done, bit of show done earlier on. Lots of support from you guys. It's transfer deadline day. I'm in a West Ham bar. Got Sky Sports on the TV. Actually, they're talking about our club at the moment. I've got the sound off, but we're going to a bit more. First of all, let's let the chat build up, see what's going on, see if you've had a good day, that kind of thing. So, yep, on the famous grass, I've run out of rum again. I need to buy 2 bottles each time I go out. I'll just finish them off too quick. So, yep, I've got the famous grouse Scotch blend. So, cheers to everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. And, yeah, we'll get into it in a bit more. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Ryan's in the chat. Ryan, how you doing, mate? You all right? Bit of fireworks in the chat earlier on, mate. Bit of fireworks going on. Jesus. Had to call the police in, mate. Coppers got involved, and it sorted it all out. It's all right. That one more, please. Like Oliver Twist, innit? Can I have one more, please? Oliver Twist, mate. Oliver Twist. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Justine, how are you doing, Miss or Mrs. Gowers? Hope you're well. Yeah, we'll go through the chat and then we'll go through what's going on. What's going on, and everyone? What's going on? Come on, everyone. Let me know in the chat what you're having. You're having a cup of tea, cup of coffee. Coffee, a bit late for coffee now, isn't it? Bit late for tea now, isn't it? We're having a bit of lemonade, bit of ginger beer, bit of beer, bit of Foster's, bit of Heineken, bit of Acai beer. What's the other ones? That good ones? What's the other one? Prony's all right, isn't it? Prony. Singer. I like Singer beer. I like Singer beer. I had that in a West Ham box once. Old Trafford. So basically, I went to Old Trafford. The Pi season, they finished 0-0. What was that guy? Zapata or someone? What was that guy, that Argentinian we had up front? He messed up 2 chances, hit the post. And it was a Man United box. So my friend's company they invited me down there. And you're not allowed any home colours. So I smuggled in a West Ham scarf, put it near the front of the window where the West Ham fans were. Yeah, good laugh. Great food there. Nice 4-course roast dinner. You get the fridge, unlimited beer and wine, and that's when I drank so much Singer beer. I don't drink that much beer, and I thought, God, that's going down smooth. We hired an apartment, 6-7 us. We had a good night, a bit of Manchester nightlife. Yeah, nice night. That was nice night, mate. Nice. Yeah, Wazim, but how you doing, sir? You all right? Cheers to you, mate. Right, let's catch up with what's going on, eh? Let's catch up with what's going on. Let me just have a look at something in a minute. Sky Sports. Yeah, let me just share my screen, you naughty people. Actually, I'm not going to share my screen because I'm in the other room. I'm going to read what I'm kind of seeing, so you're going to see me in the bigger screen all the time. So Chelsea agree Aubameyang deal. That's happening. Chelsea, was it Everton close on Ghana? Arthur flying in for Liverpool loan. Man City signed 50 million Akanji. Villas, Dan Donker offer accepted. Anthony Seals, £86 million Man United move. This is an interesting one I wanted to talk to you about. Fulham medical for Leeds winger James. Yeah, and I reckon that's a loan, isn't it? Let me click on it. Why don't they want him anymore? Have they ruled him out already? Leeds forward Dan James is set to join Fulham on loan and he's having a medical. Also, Fulham are signing Willian at the age of 34. So let me know in the chat how Fulham have kind of added to wingers, isn't it? They've got Willian and they've got Dan James coming through. I used to love Willian 2-3 years ago. Great player. Dan James on loan. Wow. Speedy boy, but not quite at it last year. So let me know how you feel about that. Hey, how you doing? You all right? Good. That's the way. Be happy, innit? Enzo. Yeah, sure I will, Enzo. Happy birthday to Mum Daniela, and Aunt Kaylee. Kaylee and Daniela, I hope you have a great day. Cheers from Jazz and his whiskey. I wish I could do it with Ron. We'll do it in a couple of days with Ron, yeah? Welcome to the West Ham bar. We'll do more and more shows from here. I'm trying to set a studio up in here if I can, because normally I do it from the study. And yeah, let's do it from 2 different rooms, eh? So I want to set this one up so you can fully see it, really. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it goes all the way up there. And I'm adding more lights in next week. And then you've got a couple of West Ham things down that way and that way. So yeah, I'm sorting out at the moment. We'll get there. We'll get there, everyone. We'll get there. A bit like the transfer window, eh? We'll get there. Melissa Reddy. Gosh, she comes out with some crap, doesn't she, in Sky? Anyway, next one we have Enzo. Yeah, oh, thank you, sir. Yes, we are racing towards 2K very quickly. We are smashing all records. We are one of the fastest growing channels. In terms of views, I think we're about 5th or 6th out of the 15. We've only been going since January. We're doing very well, all because of you guys. And I kind of know what kind of things you like. So we're going to do lots of new things. But yeah, let me know in the chat. Daniel James, loan, super rapid fast, Welsh international. Obviously came from Man United, didn't he, if I'm right, to Leeds, and didn't quite produce the final goods, did he? Not very good at finishing. But we might have some talent that you can work on, you know. Let me know in the chat, you know. I like pace. We need pace. So, again, someone like a substitute at the beginning, you know. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. The other thing I'm reading at the moment is, let me go into it. Yeah, Villa have rejected Arsenal's improved offer for Douglas Luiz worth 23 million. So that's kind of, yeah, the real interesting late story to be done. 11 o'clock p.m. is the deadline, everyone. If Aston Villa don't sell Douglas Luiz today, Luiz can speak to other clubs from January and leave for free next summer. What the hell are Villa playing at? Villa have said he's not for sale, but he wants to join Arsenal. What kind of crap's that? And why leave it to the last day to have that kind of discussions? Surely you know in the summer, right, what's going on? Who's going to have an offer? Who don't want to hang around? Get the deal done. You get the money in. You bring your own boy in. And what's happening now with what 5-6 hours to go? It's crazy, isn't it, mate? Crazy what some of these clubs do, mate. Crazy, matey. Wazim. I think it's done, mate. Yeah, bit of a drab at the end, isn't it, mate? Yeah, I think it's done. It's sad. I wanted around 4 or 5 today. But you know, as fans, as a kid, I want more and more. I'm greedy. I wanted more and more. Come on. I wanted Gallagher. I said Broja was my number 1. I would have been really happy if Broja came in. And then who's the other one I said? I forgot again, didn't I? Broja was one of them. Then I mentioned the second one. Was it a right back? I'll think of it in a minute. But I thought Broja would be good. Gallagher, I thought we'd try him out on loan, see how it goes. Badnaruk I was unsure on. And apparently on Badnaruk, everyone, Mr. Moisey has pulled the plug on it. I hope he pulled the plug on it early. You know what he's like, don't you? What I keep hearing is some players, we get the deals nearly done and then he just changes his mind again. So good for him. Yeah, let's make the right deal. But then unhappy Dawson, we probably told him we'll get rid of you in January, mate. But I won't be happy if he injures till January. I really wanted to get someone young in. But yeah, but start looking at the good thing is this window. I think we bought so many players, got rid of so much crap. When it comes to January, we just have to fine tune a few things, isn't it? Instead of doing a whole revamp again. So just 1 or 2 people like Lanzini, we have to push out the door. Dawson, get him out the door if he's not happy. Yeah, and 4 positions, isn't it, everyone? CDM, right wing / right back, and striker to hopefully help Skamaka, which I'm not sure. David's going to stick Antonio up front. He ain't going to change, or Bowen, and it's up to him. I don't agree with it. Goals win matches. And yesterday, if we had a striker, like many games last season, we would have won so many points. It's a very important position. There's not rocket science why strikers cost so much money. There's a reason for that. There's not many that can put the ball in the net, right? That's the reason, everyone. Evening, Mr. Ryan. Hope you're well, sir. Jason, how you doing? Oh, that was the one, wasn't it? I wanted Wan-Bissaka. Thank you for reminding me. I like what I saw a couple of years ago. There's no way he's suddenly become a bad player. Lots of pace, quite energetic, good defender. Don't know why Man United don't fancy him suddenly, but that's what big clubs do. They overpaid and they spit you out quick, don't they, mate? That's what they do. Good evening, Mr. Bob. Hope you had a good day. And let me know in the chat. It's getting a bit cooler slightly. It's so hot yesterday at the pub I was at Stratford. I had to go to the back of the pub, standing at the front, and I'm like, God, me and Frankie out there. God, the heat was hitting me. Hitting us, shall I say. No. Hope you're doing, Richie. How you doing? No, I'm not confident, mate. Nah. Because the bid for that Trino lad's been rejected. Bednarock's been rejected by West Ham. Chelsea don't want to sell anyone to us. Man United said no about Wan-Bissaka, mate. And you know what we got to do? Not like the old days. We can't panic and just get anyone in, right? If it hasn't happened, it hasn't happened. I think we're okay. You know, keep Ashby then. Well, anyway, that's a difficult question, isn't it? I mean, if we don't bring another fullback in, I'd probably keep him till Jan, but I don't know the ins and outs of the contract and what kind of level of kind of relationship we are with him and his backroom team. You see what I mean? So what I'd rather do, get the right people in and don't rush it. Don't rush it, you know? Don't rush it. And I'm kind of happy that Vannikens didn't come. I couldn't figure out where he's going to play, mate. So I'm glad that one didn't happen. There's got to be a clear idea. And most of the transfers, which I'm going to go to in a minute, remember who we got in. We already went through it. And I think all of them made sense, didn't it, everyone? Let's quickly go through who we got in before we get cracking with the chat. And the window, where are we? Let's have a look. Hang on. Trying to get to the transfers. There we go. Okay. So what I'm thinking is Paqueta. Yeah, he's very expensive, but he'll be good. He can set things up. He can put his foot in there, which I'm kind of quite happy about. You've got Scamacca, he's going to be good. Agard, don't know about him, but I'm sure the club have done their due diligence. He'll be all right. Cornet, use this man. Use Cornet for F's sake. Last night he should have come on, mate. Absolutely joke. What's going on with him? Is he just brought here to play in Europa, mate? Conference, pathetic. Emerson, very odd that Oggy took over Kresi's role, didn't he? As left back. It's really odd. And then Emerson came on later on. It's just all over the place. Kera, you're doing all right. Downsy, you're not going to see any of him, mate. I don't know what he's going to do. He's probably be on the bench. Areola, you're not going to see him. Trot, you're not going to see him. Stuff like that really going on. So let's have a look at a chatty. Daniel James. No, on loan, isn't it, Sharky? On loan, because I like a couple of things that he's got. Pace, you're born with pace. You're blessed with pace, right? So I like that. He's rapid, mate. He's rapid, right? Not too bad with the ball. He just got that final pass and shot he can't do. Can we coach that into him? So yeah, I thought he looked interesting, mate. Always like Willian, but 34, mate, not for us. What do you reckon for a year, Willian? I don't know. Good player, isn't it? Good player. But if you're 34 as a winger, you probably lose a bit of your pace, a bit of your trickery, get more injuries, don't you, mate? Fulham, yeah. Yeah, Scamacca type, big boy. CDM, don't we, mate? Yeah, we're going to have to trial. We're going to have to send Rob Newman. Going to have to give him 2-3 months, aren't we, on a little James Bond 007 Roger Moore project with Money Penny and all them lot, and go, listen, mate, 4 people we need. Well, 3. He doesn't see. I don't think David Moy agrees that we need a backup to Scamacca, and I'm kind of don't agree with him on that. So for David Moyes, he thinks we just need the 3 of them, right back, centre back, CDM, doesn't he? So it's up to him, mate. No, he's a very, 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 very good, stable player, Peter. Only 21, very strong, regular for Albania, team player, bit like Heskey, mate, Heskey mould, mate. So always room for players like that, mate. He's a good player, doesn't lose the ball much. Won the penalty at the London Stadium that Ward-Prowse stuck in the net in December. Do you remember, mate? He's a good player, I don't know, mate. Got to be loads, isn't it? I reckon we still got rid of more than we bought in, mate. We still got rid of more than we bought in. We have bought in 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. We've bought in 9. If you count that Kelly guy, it's 10. We got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Yeah, we've got, okay, we're break even then. So I think there's room for 2-3 yet, mate. Room for 2-3. Nah, run out of how you doing, mate? I run out of rum, and I, mate. Run out of rum on the whiskey, mate. But what it is, I should change my drinks around, but I'm just in the habit of rum all the time. That pub didn't have any rum last night in Stratford. I'm like, you what? They went in the back to have a look. There's no rum in there. Oh God, I didn't know what's going on there, mate. Then I had Bell's, then I had Glenfiddich and malt whiskey. Then I moved over to what else did I have? Can't remember though. Oh yeah, then I went to the ground and had a couple of Bacardis in there, and that was me sorted, mate. Oh, is it, Bob? All right, mate. Yeah, what happened to him then, Bob? How come they Palace? That was it 1 year, and United put down 50, 60 million for him, didn't they, Bob? I thought he looked all right. It was an England squad, pacey, bit of light, you know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to write players off suddenly, innit? I mean, I like to be a bit like Harry, like bring them back, like damaged goods, isn't it? He used to love damaged goods, didn't he? Di Canio. Well, Di Canio was really, he's always good. He just had that thing with the ref, didn't he? Pushed him over. But I like damaged goods sometimes because that's how you get them cheap, isn't it? Like, you know, when the best before date, like it's gone in the shop, that little sandwich is like 50p and it was two. I think there's a challenge to bring those guys in, sort them out. Harry used to like, yeah, people with gambling issues, bit of booze on the side, bit of drugs and all that, bit of nursing. He used to love all that, didn't he? Do you remember all the money that he kind of, yeah, all the money he used at Portsmouth? My God, that club's never going to recover. QPR's never going to recover after Harry, mate. We recovered just about because when he got the sack, he wasted all the Rio £18 million money on 7 shit players. Out of all of them, I think only Christian Daly had a half a decent sort of career. The rest were like Titi Kamara, Scott Minto. Oh, mate, there's like 5, 6 of them. They're terrible, weren't they? So you've got to be careful like that. You know, Harry's a naughty boy. Yeah, Harry sparked up a lot of money, mate. Portsmouth, God, they had Defoe, Crouch, Sol Campbell, that Croatian guy in the middle. That's like a superstar championship manager team, Portsmouth. And you know they haven't got that much money, mate. Yeah, in and out, wasn't it, mate? Yeah, so the list I look at, it kind of shows him coming back in and out again. Well spotted, Peter. Peter's the teacher that marks the papers and doesn't make a mistake. That's Peter. He marks all the A-level papers and that. Mr. Mace is in the crowd. Mr. Mace, how you doing, mate? I used to love Scooby-Doo, little van, innit, mate? You all wanted a van like that, didn't we, eh? And that little scary music in the back and the Scooby Snaps, weren't it? Scooby Snaps. And they used to walk like that, didn't they? Little weird, like cartoon things. Brilliant, mate. Those are the days, isn't it, eh? Kids' TV was only from, what was it? Used to start about play school, didn't it? And 3:30 till 5, was it 5:30? Blue Peter, Grange Hill and all that, mate. I was going to say the bad luck has struck again with Macca. I can't believe it, mate. I know it's only short term, but come on, mate. You know, it really does happen to us. And that's why I really say happy health to before anything else, mate. Really, really, you know, bad luck, West Ham, huh? Fade and die, mate. Jesus, change the bloody words in the song, mate. Yeah, Antonio's been all right injury-wise, to be fair. Yeah, there's our favourites. Tin, how you doing? How are you? Keep following us. You are the best follower. You take care of yourself, mate. Absolutely wonderful. I haven't seen the other bar girls lately, have you? But you take care of yourselves. Top ladies. Yeah, it doesn't, does it, mate? Yeah. No, did he say that? X is top lad. I've got to catch up with him, actually. It's been ages since I've seen Dave and X. Used to go to the events and all that. Had X on my old channel, didn't I? And I thought I better not disturb him now. He's very, very busy. Mr. XZ. Swanky joined. Swanky! How you doing?
How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, on a scotch, innit? How you doing? Cheers, brother.
I'm on a cup of tea at the moment, mate. I'm crazy. I'm still feeling tender from last night.
I helped myself to a nice fish finger sandwich at lunchtime. Kept me going for half a day.
Nice, mate. Nice.
I have to make one for the missus now because I did one. Actually, I made one for myself last week. She took a bite out of it. She goes, "Oh, that's nice." And now I'm kind of obliged to make one for her now as well.
Nice, mate. Nice.
But guess what? I'll stick a slice of cheese in there, mate. I'm a bit weird like that.
No, cheese is good in there, mate.
Is it?
It's a good move. It's a good move.
Yeah, God, I thought, all right. Pirates cleaned out the pub, mate. Yeah, we had a good time yesterday, didn't we? We had a good time.
Yeah, no, it was good, mate. It was good.
What time you get home then?
About 3. Got an Uber about 2, I think. So, it was a late one. Not much work has been done today, I can assure you.
Well, I sat, right? It was 1966, so we were row 30, right up there, right? And very quiet around there. Very, very quiet. Yeah, good seats, but very quiet. And then I didn't realise, but there was a Spurs lady 1 row ahead, but there's a gap between that row and us. And I went out. I think I went out to do something, came back, and apparently when they scored, she stood up with her kid, and then she got told off. But then I saw that the West Ham fans are being ever so friendly. There's a chap there. He's probably saying things like, "Don't worry about it. It's all right." And I'm like, "What are you on about, mate?" You know. So she obviously, stood there and didn't. Yeah, we done well. We scored second half, bit all over him, and she sat. And why are you these people? Yeah, she had a 10, 11-year-old kid with her, and I don't know if the bloke was with her or not. I'm not sure, but I saw a bit of footage of someone got kicked out at the other part of the ground, didn't they? I saw that footage, mate. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, what was that? That weren't the geezer who'd done the taken something, was it? And was in a bad way.
Oh, I don't know about that. All I know is they spotted someone, and obviously,
that footage. Yeah, I've seen it.
But what did you see then? Someone got done over, did they? Or...
No, what happened was I come down just before half time, and there was a kid. It could only have been like 17, 18. He'd obviously taken something, and it obviously not agreed with him. So he was having a bad trip and was like really like just not with it at all. So all the stewards had grabbed hold of him, but the stewards were screaming in his face, like shouting, really screaming. I said, "Oh, mate," I said, "he's having a bad trip." I said, "Don't shout in his face." I had to get a little bit shirty and go up to him and say, "Listen, mate, that's not how you deal with this situation right now." I said,
"Oh, there really is, mate.
You know, he needs attention and he needs care, and you know, you shouting in his face is not going to help this situation at all." Just so aggressive and just so lack of understanding of that type of situation. They're not qualified to do the job, mate, unfortunately. So
they are. The first problem I've got is they're not West Ham fans. That's my first problem. Second problem, they're not regulars. They don't know anyone. I mean, Upton Park, all I didn't go as often as probably you did, but I do know from some of the things I've heard and seen is that they were there for a number of years. They knew everyone. They knew how to calm down. They were experienced. None of them moved over to the new ground, which is a bit out of order. I can't stand them. I know who they support probably, and I can't stand them, mate. Yeah, not for me, mate.
I had that issue, didn't I, where I went down to I took the boy to his first game, and we had tickets to the upper tier, but we was like 3 hours before kickoff, and I said, "Oh, I just want to walk him out to see the pitch." And they wouldn't let me through because my ticket weren't in that area. And I said, "Mate," I said, "I just want to walk down and show the boy the pitch." I said, "Well, what's the big problem?" No, not doing it. Not just ridiculous, mate. But anyway, I had a good time last night. The bar stayed open all the way through the second half.
Very
drunk, and it was all right, mate.
The only thing was like Man City again, due to the large queues, that I missed the first few minutes of the game, which is. Yeah, it's not nice, but it happened. And then I got myself a rum at half time.
Where did you find the rum? Is that along the bar further down?
So if you come out of block 236 and more or less, I think it's outside block 238 now. There's only one now. There's one. Sometimes there's two. One game deals on any. Now there's one. And they got rum behind. But it's hard to spot it because last year used to be called some kind of rum whiskey shack. So you knew it. They do spirits. Yeah. But when you look at it now, it looks exactly like a beer. But when you look behind the counter, you can see the card. They've got it in there. I wasn't too happy with what was going on the pitch at half time, and I think I went down after about 40 minutes. I don't know. I wasn't in the mood.
I did. I went down at about 38. I think I wasn't impressed with the first half at all, mate. I feel like we were pretty poor that first half. Not good enough for me.
I obviously always respect people's comments, and I've always had a good relationship on Twitter with everyone, the channel. And I did notice I got a bit of flack for having a go at Antonio, but sometimes when I do that instant reaction, mate, adrenaline's flowing. I've come straight out the ground, and I'll just say what comes to my mind.
First half, he weren't even challenging. We were screaming. We were sitting above him in the first half. Mate, so many times the ball came and he didn't even make a challenge. And we were screaming at him, going, "At least try and make a challenge, mate. Back into the defender. Try and put yourself about a bit. Do something." He had a really, really poor first half. I don't care what anyone says. Other than the shot he had, which hit the post, he done nothing. He really, so they can give you all the flack in the world, mate, but he didn't have a good first half. He really didn't. Not many of the players did, but my man pops up trumps again. Super Tom. Everyone's been knocking him and beating him.
What a goal.
Being horrible about him. I told you the goal was coming, mate.
What a goal, though.
He's the only man we've got in that team at the moment who can score a goal. He is the only man. He is a threat. And whether you like him or not, whether you think he's good enough on the ball or not, which we know he's limited in terms of his footballing ability, mate, he still gets you a goal, doesn't he? And he done it again.
I think what we do on this channel, and you do as well, that's why I like you on the channel, is we say it the way it is in that moment, right? We've got nothing personal against anyone. I have particularly been slagging Souček because I thought, listen, it's not my problem what he's been told to do by Moyes. I can only call it what I see on the pitch, right? And when he's been good, I've just said it, the last 2 games, I think he's been, I can see the glimpse of 2 years ago now, a little bit of what's happening. I've got no issue with him. Before I was like, God, I want to see I want to get rid of him. But I've seen glimpses and that finish, mate. Thank God that they got a goalkeeper like that who always helps West Ham. That Lloris always has a really bad game against West Ham, and he could have been caught out once before as well, and he got away with it, I think. But great finish. But yeah, Antonio for me, because when you see the highlights, it gives you a different picture. We see it in front of us, the movement, and I felt, God, I didn't know that Scamacca was completely ill. I kept thinking he's on the bench. Why isn't he coming on? Then I clicked on at the end. I just, wasn't happy with the lineup, but we didn't know why. I thought, he looked like wing backs with Fornals as a wing back instead of Emerson compared to the Villa game. I just think we sat back a lot like an away team and soak it up, hit him on the break. That's what I thought. I don't know if you felt the same as well, mate, before we go into the transfers and that,
Yeah, no, I kind of did, mate. I wasn't, like I said, I really wasn't impressed with the first half. Second half, things got a little bit better. I was really frustrated with Rice in the first half. He's quickly becoming a pointer at times where all he's doing is pointing and telling people do this, do that, and he actually ain't doing anything himself. And he needs to, when he puts himself about and focuses on his own game, he's a much better player and has a lot more influence. So he needs to watch that a little bit. And I've been on his back a little bit lately, but only because he's world-class footballer, mate. He is, and he ain't showing he's level at the moment. And I want him to start to bring that back a little bit again. Bowen again for me, poor yesterday, mate. He can't do anything right. Can't do anything right. Not just the scoring, even in other areas of the play, he just can't do anything right at the moment. He's just out of form. And I think Chelsea, he probably needs to sit that one out, I think, mate. He needs a bit of a break and get his head together and sort himself out a little bit, I feel.
What about Ben Rama for you? What about him?
Ben Rama, terrible first half, absolutely awful.
Remember when he got the pass and he went right under his legs, didn't it? I was like, what are you doing, mate?
And he gave the ball away, didn't he, for their goal? I know Rice bombed out of position, left us a little bit exposed, but Ben Rama was the person who gave the ball away and then they could break on us. So that was the game where I wanted to see Ben Rama step up because he'd been looking good all season. We said, is it because he's having it his own way a little bit? The Tottenham game was the one we needed him to.
He can't do it in those games.
He can't. He ain't got it. Ben Rama hasn't got it in those big games, mate.
No, that's the problem. Yeah.
It's always been the problem. So didn't like that. The one thing that I was getting really frustrated in the first half was we had our shape and we weren't pressing. We were scared to press because they are so good on the break. And I think Moyes had told them that, look, stay in position, don't press, keep your shape, hold your positions. I was getting really frustrated because I was like, get at them, press them, make mistakes. That was the wrong thing to do. I clearly should not be a football manager, mate, because the second we did step out of position, Declan Rice goes forward with a ball, we lose the ball, they go straight through and score. So I could, at that moment in time, I totally understood what Moyes had given the instructions. Be disciplined, stay in your positions, do not step out of position, because the second we did, we got punished for it. So Moyes obviously gets paid to do that job, and what I was wanting him to do at the time and thinking I knew better, I clearly didn't, because it went right against us when we did that. But second half, it got a bit better. It was all right. I see a lot of people giving massive praise for yesterday. I'm not there with it. I don't think we was great in the second half. I don't think at any point I thought we was particularly playing well. I feel like we ground out a result in the end. I don't think they were particularly good either, mate, if I'm totally honest with you. I don't think they looked like a good side at all. So, yeah, I think it was just an average day at the office. A draw was probably a fair result, and we move on to Chelsea. But I've seen a lot of praise for that second half, and why it was okay. I don't think it was quite as amazing as people are necessarily making out. But
I agree. Similar to Villa, I think we just got away with it and scraped it and whatever it is. But yeah, it's lovely different opinions. And I hate Sanchez before we move on. I can't stand that guy. He's doing a lot of stupid time wasting after the first half, particularly rolling around. And the referee was, whoa, Spurs, mate, wasn't he? I thought.
Yeah, he was a bit. Again, I wanted to see a little bit more of game management. When Son was getting really frustrated, I felt like we could tip him over the edge, mate. I feel like if we had,
Frankie, I was mentioning, we haven't got that side to our game. That's the difference between finishing 6th and 4th. That leaders on the pitch, the jumping up and down in front of the 4th officials. When no one's looking, elbow him, mate, a little bit. Who cares? Just do it in a smart way. We need that. He
was getting so wound up, so frustrated for no reason, and I would have got right on top of him and niggled at him. And
you can talk to them. You can say what you want in their ear. You're not going to get a yellow card for that. We don't have those characters anymore. We need a bit of that. Before we move on, back to transfers. Aubameyang, will he play Saturday? Busted jaw. I didn't know about the robbery. Oh, okay.
They said he was out for 3 weeks. There was a robbery, got a broken jaw from him.
Oh,
they said he was out for 3 weeks, so.
Oh dear. Chelsea boys. My God, early days. But Marshall, who's Marshall, Peter? Who's Marshall? It looks like goal scorer. Who's that then? Marshall. I don't know. No. Yeah, this is listen. Again, you can have a go at me, Frankie. I'm gonna back the club in these youngster situations. For me, if they want to go, just go. I'm not gonna.
But we've got a weird thing going on there, haven't we? I'm not knocking it.
It is weird. It is weird. Yeah.
Like we said before, none of them have gone on to do anything, have they? Alessi ain't even playing for Sunderland where he went, and we never see him.
Nagakia, he's cleaning the dressing room floor with a broom. Yeah,
that's it. But that's right. That's exactly. So I'm not.
Breaking news: Fulham and Everton discussing with the Ben Diaz.
Oh yeah.
That's discussing with them. Looks like Fulham are going to do a lot today, similarly to like Southampton and people like that. So let's see what happens with that. But I don't want us, like you said, I don't want rushing in and just getting someone in. I want them to think about it, and I don't mind them. Like David Moyes was thinking twice about that, the Bednarak, and he thought, and I understand, that's fine. Don't get in and leave it. Don't rush into anything. It's very expensive setting these deals up, and that's why I'm thinking if you haven't got the one you really wanted, then just wait. And like I said, the window's in January, and 1 month we're not going to play football due to the World Cup.
Yeah,
the window's going to come quick, so just get that for whatever money you were going to get for Dawson, but that ain't going to happen. So just wait for that. I
think the problem with that, mate, a little bit is because of the World Cup. I think if any business that's going to be done in January now, you've got to be so planned, because when they go off to the World Cup, they're not going to be discussing deals, moves, or anything like that. So I think you need to be in with who you want early. I don't think we're going to have I don't think we'll be active at all in January. I've got a feeling we'll let January pass us by, because I just don't think we'll be that planned with it. I don't think we'll...
No, but that's the thing. It's typical West Ham to do that, not to build on it. Typical West Ham to do that, and I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to stay still. But yeah, Frankie missed the Tinder girls. They're in the chat. We love them.
I saw that. They're back. I'm so glad that they're
back. I think I'm missing the I think it was the strippers. Like, I'm really disappointed. Dating girls. I'm really
girls.
Come back. All channels say no. We say yes. Come and join us. Mr. Winston has joined the chat. Yay, Peter. Mr. What's his name? Mace is in the chat as well. Mace is there somewhere. Mr. Mace. Mr. Mace as well. What did you eat yesterday then, Frankie, in the end? Did you grab anything?
In the end,
oh nothing. My God.
I ate about an hour ago for the first time in like 2 days.
I ate a chicken burger, then I smashed a steak pie. Steak pie and chicken burger at half time, both together, mate. Get in there.
You didn't give your money to the old Delaware boys, did you?
Right. Here's the truth. Right. Chicken burger, she goes $9.50. First one in there, cold as anything, overcooked as anything. She goes, "You want some salad, love?" I go, "All right then." So she sticks her hands in. I don't know where her hands have been. Couple of lettuce leaves, and then when I went to pay, it was $10.50.
Madness.
I didn't know lettuce is £1 for one bit on it. I didn't know
That's
that.
it. £1
And
lettuce, mate.
then I thought, oh, been drinking quite a bit today. I better have a little steak pie in it. And I thought, you can't mess a pie up. I don't know. It just wasn't quite there for me, the pie. I did it, but I thought,
I prefer the it's a bit ag, but you know, you can go out to where the smoking area is at like block 234, 235. There's a smoking area where you can go outside the stadium to the outside bit.
I've seen that. That's I'm next to two. Oh, I didn't know that was just special within the whole. I didn't know that area.
So
is
you
not...
can go out there, but they've got actually some good food out there now. They've got like a South African chicken shop, which do like.
I've seen it.
It's quite nice. They
do
wraps
like
and
nice. Have you had it?
Yeah, it's good.
Sometimes, are you like me? It's not enough meat in there. Sometimes, isn't it?
No, he loads it up. He's pretty good. The geezer. Cool. He's all right. Yeah, it's actually quite nice. I prefer those stalls outside than the inside ones. I think the inside ones are pony, mate, but the ones outside are a bit better. You can get some decent food out there.
What do you used to like Upton Park? Or what did you used to eat there then?
What did I used to do it up to? To be honest, mate, I remember now because I used to walk down from the Vic. So I'd start at the Vic and then walk down to where the village was, and I'd end up right on the other side. I used to go to the M&M bar opposite the Central. So I'd go on that walk, but by where the
you didn't go in the supporters bar ever? I did. I went twice. I didn't go.
No. I used to go in the village when the village was there. There was what was it? Was it the? I can't remember the name of the pub on the corner. It was like the Forest Gate or something like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
but by there was like a cheap chicken shop, and at that stage when you're younger and you ain't
got
much dough, you know, a couple of quid for some chicken burger and chips, done the bizzo. So yeah, I used to. I
remember one game, and it was when Village came in, and we were in Europe, and tickets were literally £5-10 each. And some of my non-West Ham fans said, "Jazz, you might want to watch a game." Right, I think we'd done a bottle of scotch, whatever, on the train. Then my mate came late, and he bought a bottle with him. And then we done another one outside near where the KFC used to be, or the Bank Barclays, I think, out there. Wow, we were like rocking in there, mate. Jeez, that was. And then Bob's in the chat. Bob was there, and Bob got annoyed. I left the kids with Bob. Bob flipped. Yeah, I left him in the club shop with him. He's like, "What the fuck are you?" I was like, mate, I just ran off in some direction.
We've got the Mega 69 now, mate.
Yeah, matey. What's that clip of Spurs fan? Oh, was that what? Yeah, that's the one I saw, Peter. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And I keep thinking, what? Listen, I would never do stuff for what they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it. It's just up to them, mate, why they do that kind of stuff. I've never been in the wrong end. Can't be asked. Because I can't keep my mouth shut, and I have to wear some colours.
Mate. I have
to wear the colours. I just do it to piss them off. I was walking around like Liverpool, Newcastle with it, like, it's like, I can't help it. Tripping at the footy. I like Trippier, actually. I like him. He's all right, mate. He's all right in Newcastle. I like what they're doing down there. That forward, mate, when I saw the goals when I came home, that Iska, whatever his name is, 60 million, Swedish guy, whatever, for Newcastle, looks... And comparing to not being ready, are you ready, mate? Started the game.
Straight in. No messing about. Yeah.
Second goal ruled out.
Scores. Like, I just don't get why we're... But you know what? It ain't just Moyes. All of our managers have always been like that. Never started the new players straight away. I don't get why we're like it. It's weird.
I'll tell you what, Peter, are you one of those that you spot me at the games and you know what I'm doing, mate? I met so many, like, really nice to see you guys. Like, some of you recognise us from the channel. All good so far. No one's wanted to headbutt me yet. It's all good. What an assist. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's my fault as well. Antonio, great bit of skill. That was good. He had the better of Dyer a few times. I hate Dyer. He's a load of... I got no time for that guy, mate. Dyer is what he is. But, mate, I am worried, Frankie, when we get a penalty. What's going to happen, mate? I'm worried. We ain't going to score it, mate.
Cresswell will put it away, son. Don't worry.
Yeah, Suchek. He did that lovely little message that he does, isn't it? It's like, I didn't say nothing, but I know I've heard like people taking the mick out of him in the comments. But yeah, it's just the way he is, isn't it? He's funny. He's proper gentle giant, isn't he? Yeah, Peter. The thing is, the pressure's all on David now. He's got the players. He's got to work out a formation for them, how to use them, and for Cornet not to come on in the last 10 minutes when we're at home. We know Spurs are there, kind of for the taking. I thought it's criminal, Frankie, we didn't see it. But he's the only proper striker we had on the bench and in the squad who can finish, Cornet, but he didn't play him. It's fine. It's up to him.
What's the situation with old Ballon Dawson now? I heard he's staying now, and they said he's not moving now.
Yeah, because they something happened. Well, David Moyes pulled the plug on Bednarock last minute. He's on the way to Villa, I think, something like that. Well, Gerrard's going to get the sack in 2 weeks anyway. Yeah, apparently not. And I can't see anything today. I can't see anything happening, mate. Yeah, I can't see anything happening. And I'd rather keep it that way if you haven't really got what you wanted. Yeah. But it's a bit of a shame. One more today would have been a nice one. But Chelsea obviously hold. And I bet you they're not even going to play Broja. Or they're not going to play him, mate. They're not going to use him and play him. They're just being soppy, aren't they, with West Ham? Yeah. It's up to you lot, mate. And then earlier on, I don't know what you thought about those Matt Doherty, right wing back Spurs. They were never going to do business with us. That's fine, mate. Dawson off to Wolves. No, well, I tell you what, it is a West Ham thing. Get rid of him, not replace him, mate. It is that kind of thing, mate. Pete agrees with you, Frankie, that Bowen needs to be replaced by Cornet. Yeah, Benny's frustrating. No, nothing happening, Dan. Let me do a little refresh for you, mate, on my little other screen. Let me see if anything happening. West Ham now raising funds to secure final day deadline. Who the hell are you on about, mate? Oh, that Trino defender. I don't know nothing about him. Ola Aina. I don't know nothing about him. Apparently he used to play here, didn't he, with someone on it? Right, X is saying 25 agents call an hour at West Ham. Go right down to 11 p.m. What the hell, mate? Yeah, that's all he's saying at the moment. So apart from that, I'm not really hearing anything, really. Not at the moment. But listen, you never know. But what we're talking, 4 hours to go?
Yeah.
It's got to be local London boy, innit, to get it done. But how the hell can you get medical done in 4 hours if you're not even, I don't know.
I think your medical, I don't know. No, I'm not sure about that. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Right, Marshall plays in the under-18s. I am being told by Peter. Yeah,
he does. I know who he's talking about now. It didn't spring to mind when he put the comment in, but I've seen him. He scored already this season in the development league or the under-21s, whatever it is. But again, mate, every time we have a new youngster that's going to be the next so-and-so, or Holland's going to be massive, or this person's going to be, they never amount to anything, do they? So I don't know. We really, I'd like to see us bring a youth player through again, mate, because we're struggling with that side of things a little bit at the moment. But when you've got a manager who is never going to play them, it's quite hard for them to develop, I suppose.
Yeah, the thing with these youngsters, I think it's mainly agent driven. I think they brainwash the family, I think, again, just guessing from far away. And then, like I said, I ain't seen many do anything else. And yeah, just give the kids a bit of a patience. Just stay there a bit, mate. Just see what happens. Oh, the girls are back. Thank God. Where are you?
We've got the Mega 69.
Tired of being. Keep in there. Give me your comments. Let me know. Yeah, Lee's in there. Lee, you all right, mate? How you doing? See, Peter's one of them. Look at the triple X's after Peter's name. Peter could be a machine. Peter, put another X in there. I want 5 in there. Go on, put one more in there, naughty boy. Let's take it each game at a time. Long season, and yeah, let's just take one thing at a time.
Mate, Chelsea, I know we saw glimpses of if we are too ambitious last night, we get caught out. But, mate, Chelsea have been poor. I want to see us go and give them a proper game, mate. I really hope we got the confidence to go and take the game to them a little bit and not be like we was in that first half last night, because we're better than that. I really think that we are. So, I don't know. We'll see. But we've got to show a bit of ambition at some point.
But the thing is, in all our experience as West Ham fans, when we play the top 4, we've hardly won a game we didn't deserve it, and they usually get the point they didn't deserve. I don't know why it always happens that way. And like Tottenham, like you said, they've been fortunate a couple of games this season. How they, got a couple of points when they didn't deserve it. Paqueta can take a penalty, mate. When Paqueta went on, the bloody roof came off, didn't it? We were all very happy to kind of see all that, mate. Yeah. Oh, from Athens. Wow, love to go there, mate. I love Greece. Take care, mate. Evening, Cosmos. How you doing, sir? It's all kicking off in the chat earlier, mate. Frank, you had to calm them down. Call the police. I did. Sort it
What
all
happened? Nah,
all between us. Nah. Just cut the opinions and that's all. I think a couple of non-West Ham fans are in there, which I don't mind. I fucking encourage it anyway. Sometimes with a hash fucking Arsenal, Chelsea, what I get up to. But yeah, we had a few. Yeah, I don't know who they were. They're like, I hope West Ham lose and all that. It's all tongue in cheek and all that. And then obviously our lads picked up their hockey sticks in the chat and they all went off a bit. And I'm like, what's going on here, mate? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's nothing serious. It's all right. Yeah, great touch, mate. And again, give credit where credit's due. Burnley fans reckon. When I looked at their formation, Peter, before he played in the 4-4-2 as a striker. But when he used to play for the French team, was it Lyon, I think, he played as a fullback. And I don't know what Burnley saw in him that became what he did. But then it's all about, if you're not going to play him, that form, that confidence is going to be sucked out of you. And then we're probably 3-0 down with 5 minutes to go and he comes on. What's he going to do then, isn't he, Frankie?
Yeah.
What he's really got there's a lot of things he's got to sort himself out, mate. Okay, plays for Fulham then, Trina right back. So I think he's born and bred around here, isn't he? Samasi Abu, listen. I will never forgive him for that Arsenal Cup game where he missed that penalty in the penalty,
mate. I had already started walking out. When I saw him pick up the ball and step up to the penalty, I walked. I was gone. He was never, ever, ever, ever going to score that penalty. It was. I was with my dad. I can only have been, 10? Was I 10 at about that age? And yeah, as soon as he picked up the ball, Dad went, "Come on, we're out of here. This is over." And mate, gutted. They done us in both cups that year, didn't they? They done us in both quarterfinals. So Arsenal.
That is when the God Anelka came to the platform, and I'm like, what a player, mate! He kind of great battle between Hodgson and Sol Campbell that night. I think was it Sol Campbell? Was it someone else? No, Martin Keown and Hodgson. Great battle between two big lads. And I think I just got married and we were invited around for dinner. But when that game was on, I had the dinner. I was in the next room watching the game with Dad. And yeah, very hurtful because I love cups as a kid. I think it's important. And yeah, we gave him a good game, didn't we? We gave him a good game, mate. And they were the joint best team in the country, mate, back then, something like that.
Yeah, no, they were a good side there, mate. A very good side.
Ashby now set to stay. Don't know, mate. I don't know. Bit embarrassing after all that. Like, I want to go, and then you stay. It's a bit awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go at Chelsea. So Chelsea away, is it? Got to be away, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You going? Are you not sure? Or been a long week, isn't it? Leave it. Yeah.
It has, mate. It has. I'm going to swerve that one, mate. I'm going to swerve that one and save it for another day. Although I think Chelsea's one of the best away games in the Premier League, mate. It's a proper old ground, Stamford Bridge, and I enjoy the Chelsea away game.
Well, what it is, it's not what it is. I mean, I haven't been right, but looking at it, it's not kind of the dump that it once was. That had a better character. The old Kings Road Machiavelli absolutely hates them. He thinks they think so much of themselves. He's like they're nothing. Which that's fine, mate. Frankie's one of us. I just like the area, nice little wine bars, Kings Road and that, innit? Kings Roads. Because I've seen some of the West Ham fans I know, they go on that little ferry thing, do they, sometimes?
On the boat. I've been on it once. It's a bit hard work, mate. You get trapped on the boat. It's not there. You ain't got much. And you're on there for 4 hours or whatever it is. Like 4 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
4 hours trapped on a boat is hard work.
No, but how come? Does it keep stopping
that's just
everywhere?
What it is. That's how long it takes. It goes up and then it comes back and then it drops off at wherever they.
Nah, that's ridiculous.
Whatever.
That is ridiculous, mate.
I took a couple of pals on it last time and they didn't realise you had to be trapped on it for 4 hours.
No, I am 3 hours, mate.
3 hours in, you're done. You're just like they've played the same songs over and over and over and over again.
You're going to be like properly all over, aren't you? No, that's
I
ridiculous.
don't know why they go up and come back. 2 hours would be ample. Do you know what I mean? But 4 hours on it is yes, it's hard work, mate.
Gary is saying, is it Bowen's fracture foot giving a little bit of a pain, mate? I don't know. When did he have this fracture foot? God, I forget a lot of things. Fracture foot, Bowen?
That was his injury last season, wasn't it? He got a fractured foot, and that was why he was out for a few games.
Yeah, I think, if we summarise it, I'm happy with the window. You might have missed it. Douglas Luiz, who the whole world is after for some reason. His contract's up next season. He can speak to anyone in January. So a lot of clubs have actually not been organised like us or waiting for money to come in, are running around now like Fulham, picking up whoever's. If you've got 2 legs, you're going to Fulham today, mate. They're signing like 59 players today. So I like what we're doing. I like it. I'm hoping, when you run around last day, it usually means a panic, doesn't it, sometimes? So I'm all right with it.
No, it's good that we're not. It's good that we're going into the last day without being desperate for. Normally, we'd be screaming for a left back, or we'd be screaming for whatever.
Some people don't rate Broja. I mean, I don't know what your feelings are. I think he'd be all right.
I think he'd give us a fantastic other option. I really do feel like he'd give us another attacking threat, someone a little bit different, especially on loan. I think it's a total no-brainer for us. But yeah,
another player like Dele Alli and the guy who released what's his name, Barclay, Danny Rose. Watford just let him go, mate. Danny Rose. He used to have a lot of time for him under Poch.
Yeah, I mean, he scored that goal early on in his career, didn't he, in the North London derby, and he sort of exploded at that particular time. And I don't know, a lot of these youngsters fade away, don't they, mate?
We have royalty. We have royalty.
Hey,
we have Jameson Irish Whiskey here with us. How are you doing, sir?
Evening, chaps. I'm very good for first time. How are you doing, mate?
All right. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Thank you.
Yeah, for the first time in a long time, I'm on deadline day and I'm all relaxed. Don't care what happens. I'm so relaxed. I'm eating grapes.
Nice.
Good lad. Good lad. Grapes are very good. Very good, mate. Very good for you. So cheers to you, Tommy.
Gonna watch fans of other teams have freakouts for a change.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier on, all the people who've been waiting for money to come in. So Fulham are interested in anyone, Tommy. I've told them, do you want me? I can help out a little bit. They're after anyone, mate. They don't care. So Fulham are signing anyone. You've got kind of Southampton running around doing. The only one I was saying earlier on, I wanted Broja. I really wanted Broja, isn't it, Tommy? As a backup to Skamaka. Yeah.
That would be nice, yeah, but I don't know what's happening with Aubameyang though.
He's signing for Chelsea, but they're just gonna Chelsea are just being sloppy with West Ham. They don't want to do any business with us deliberately, so they're not going to play Broja. Gallagher ain't going to be in there once what's his name, Kolovich, whatever his name is. They just don't want to, because we're finishing near Chelsea every season. They don't want to give us any players, mate. They don't want to give us any players. We've got to learn to either lift them, sign them permanently, or things. What about? I thought Daniel James was interesting going to Fulham on loan. Tommy, what do you think about that? Daniel James.
Yeah, Daniel James kind of just hasn't pushed on really. Obviously highly rated when he was at Swansea. Everyone remembers that cup game against Man City. He was absolutely brilliant in that game for Swansea, where they almost caused an upset. Got signed by United, but that was during when United were an absolute shit show, and things just never happened for him at United. Then he got signed by Leeds, and you thought, this might be where he can kind of resurrect his career, get back on track, play a lot of football. But it hasn't really panned out from there either. And so now he's off to Fulham, and so his career it seems, he's going to come full circle eventually and end up back in the Championship probably.
But the thing is, Tommy, they spent a lot of money on him, and then a team 1 year later is ready to just get rid of him. That just shows what they think of him. I know it's a new manager and things like that. Frankie, do you agree Greece is claret and blue, mate? I don't know,
Well, yeah. It's I don't know. Like Greek football's a bit crazy, isn't it, mate? I think their fans are a bit wild over there, aren't they?
I'm just thinking in East End, because I'm not from East End, but what I know that we used to always have, obviously, a lot of Turkish West Ham fans back in the day, I think, used to live that community in there. And that chippy, which is still open around the corner, I think, are they from Cyprus or Greece? There's that fish and chip shop in the corner. I forgot the name now. I think
he was Turkish, Erkans, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, a lot of that part of history there. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Ireland is, Tommy, a lot of them Man United, Liverpool, isn't it? Big community there, Man United, Liverpool fans in Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like that goes back a long way. Lots and lots and lots of Man United and Liverpool fans. It was virtually almost all you would see at one point. When you met someone to talk about it, you'd be saying, "All right, are you United or Liverpool?" And you'd know almost certainly to be one. It's changed a little bit. You still see lots of those, obviously, but you're starting to see last few years you see a lot more Chelsea. So obviously, younger kids coming up, they tend to kind of glory hunt really, unless unless there's a family thing with a particular club. I think any kid that gets to pick his own club now, you're probably over the next few years now you'll start seeing more and more Man City shirts. Obviously, the difference here is being that nobody has a local Premier League club. So when you're picking a club, it's either the club that the family supports, or you're just off your own back. And so if you're a child, you're going to be drawn to a team that's very good and that wins trophies and has a high profile. And so that's why you end up in situations where Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and now City are the ones that kind of get chosen.
So you're from Northern Ireland, aren't you? If I'm right, Northern Ireland, aren't you?
No.
Republic.
Yeah, from Tipperary. Yeah.
Okay, because I work for my manager's from Dublin, so I work for a company. Yeah, he's based in Dublin, so I kind of see him now and again. So yeah, I mean, very good players from that part of the world. Yeah, a lot of them used to play for Man United and Liverpool and Roy Keane and people like that, and Robbie Keane as well, wasn't it? Loads of players. But at the moment, I think you're going through a transition period, isn't it, Ireland football? I mean, apart from, was it Shane Coleman, is it? But apart from that, struggling a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't produce very many good footballers, to be honest. Obviously, look, it's the national sport in England, so you're always going to produce players. You've got that history and tradition and everything, but I mean, here in Ireland, I mean, football just isn't the number one sport. I think in popularity as playment numbers, it's down there a little bit. So plus we have a kind of pretty small population to begin with. So we'll never be great at it. It's every once in a while you might get, in Irish terms, a golden generation where you might actually be able to put together a decent team that can qualify for a World Cup and for Euros. But on occasion we've gotten out of a group, but that would be the height of our ambition, really, and that would only happen once in a while. We generally miss out on tournaments, so that's always how it will be, really, for Ireland. It's obviously, I don't know how familiar you are with here, but the GAA is the big thing here, which is Gaelic football and hurling.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's our big thing here. Those are our national sports here, and vast majority of people would be kind of involved with that.
I think Arthur Albiston used to play that. Player from old school. He used to play about that, what I remember. But old man Shaggy, evening, guys. I hope you're doing well. Peter is saying, so before you came on, Tommy, there's a ferry that goes between regular. Where does it start from, Frankie? Is it from East London to Chelsea? Is it, or where would you get on a Greenwich or something like that? Or it takes 4 hours, Tommy. Apparently, if you choose a ferry route to Chelsea, which is ridiculous, going from one end to the other. That's not. People must be out of it, Frankie, when they come off. Bloody hell!
Yeah, you get pretty steaming, but you get all built up on the ferry. So you're on now, and they're playing music. Everyone's getting in the spirit, and everyone's getting up for it, and everything else. And then you get to the docking. You sort of everyone gets off, and everyone goes what do we do now? Then the whole atmosphere just goes flat.
Well, how do you get to the how do you get to the ground from when you get off?
Then you have to make your own way. You either have to try and get a taxi or get an Uber, or you got to walk, or you got to do whatever. And everyone sort of splits and starts going in their own directions, and the whole
ends up at Fulham Craven Cottage.
Yeah, everything that's all built up and all that sort of, real sort of energy that's built up just disappears. It just goes boom, and it's like, oh well, what do we do now, sort of thing. So
Peter's mentioning,
was it like a barge or something?
Yeah, it's just like a little boat party thing that they do. They put a DJ on there, play all the music, everyone sings songs and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's all right, but 4 hours is way too long. Come the third hour, you're just like, get me off of here. Like, I've just had enough.
Well, Peter's mentioning the Woolwich Ferry, and I think Frankie knows a little bit about Charlton and all that.
Woolwich Ferry, I was used to get on that regularly, mate. Woolwich Ferry, we'll walk through the foot tunnel. That was my stomping ground for many a year. So, yeah.
Before we go into the transfers again, not much happening today. Tommy, what did you think about yesterday, mate? Me and Frankie, we met each other for the first time yesterday, and he's great sort of circle of friends. Great sort of banter and laugh yesterday. So what did you think about the game, what you saw, Tommy? What do you think?
I was really pleased with the performance, I have to say. It was much better than what we've seen so far this season. I thought particularly second half. We had our moments. We had a couple of spells in the first half where we kind of got on top. But I thought the first half overall was quite even. I thought I was bitterly disappointed to be behind. I didn't think we didn't deserve that. We didn't deserve to be behind at the break. And the worry was that we'd actually play well and still bloody lose because of fluky Tottenham. But second half, I thought the boys really stepped it up. I thought they put in a really good second half, and we were really unlucky in the end not to win it. If we'd have nicked that game, I don't think anyone, hand on heart, could have said we didn't deserve it. Some really good performances too.
Yeah. That penalty, Frankie, in the ground, I thought that's a penalty from where I was.
I weren't sure, mate.
He just went, he lifted. The biggest thing for me was his hands were high, and I thought, oh, you're going to get done now. And it's always crazy, isn't it?
It is always crazy. Always. You're spot on there, mate.
And he's like, his face dropped, and because he didn't want to let anyone down, he's like, they're not going to let me out the ground. And it took, how long did it take? And Tommy, it took forever. There was booing going on. People are going to go nuts, mate.
The penalty was an interesting one because watching it live on the telly, when it happened, my instant reaction was, it's a pen. That's a Stonewall pen. That his arm's way up there. Been headed onto it. And then VAR checked it, but I didn't think anything would come of the check. I thought VAR will take a look at it, say, it's a handball, confirm the referee's decision, that's it, penalty. And then they were looking at the replays, and from the camera behind the goal, again, it looked a Stonewall pen. And I'm thinking, why are they still looking at this? And then they checked another angle, and I'm thinking, what are they looking at? It looks absolutely Stonewall. And then the angle of the camera facing the goal, you see the ball come off Harry Kane's head, and then you see it hit Cresswell here, and you're thinking, oh, that's his head. That's his head. And there was that one angle where you thought, oh, that's not actually a pen at all. So that really surprised me, how two angles can give you a completely different look.
And sometimes they don't give you the right angle. So they said it hit his head or someone's head before it hit the hand. And then before we got the decision, there was a huge cheer, Frankie, in the crowd. And my son started jumping. I go, what? Is it not been given? He goes, I don't know. I just started jumping up and down as well. Do you remember that?
But listen, we all know. We all know as soon as a ref gets sent to the monitor, he's changing his decision.
Yeah. I've been saying that I'd love to see a ref actually stick to his guns with something like that and not change his mind. But last night, obviously, I was hoping I felt like it would be changed. That handball rule's got so complicated now. I.e., if it comes off another part of your body first and then it goes onto your arm, then it's not handball and this and that. I said, there's so many things about it. I said, this will get overturned. As soon as they got the penalty, I said, this won't be a penalty. And the guys that said, we never get that luck, we never get that. And I said, no, I don't think it will be. And then
you know what my
went on as long as it did, it was never going to be
You know what my theory is on this? I think there's a reason I think there's a reason why when the refs get sent to the monitor, they change their minds. I think it's psychology. So if you're a referee on the pitch and you've made a decision, and then the VAR referee, whoever it happens to be, comes into your ear and says, "We think we should take another look at this in the monitor." He knows, the on-field referee that is, that he's got 3 colleagues at Stockley Park who've looked at all the replays and who think he's made the wrong decision. And so he wants to be respected by his colleagues, and he wants to be in step with his colleagues. He wants his colleagues to think he's a good referee. And so I think by the time they get over to the monitor, the mind is basically already made up. They know why they're going to the monitor, because their colleagues in Stockley Park think they've made the wrong decision. And so it's inevitable that they're going to want to be in step with their colleagues in Stockley Park, and they're going to go change the decision. That's why you haven't seen a ref be brave enough. Yeah. And I'd love to see it more often. I absolutely agree with you, Frankie. I think it's ridiculous. There's something badly wrong if a referee never changes his mind at the monitor.
That's right. The big one for me was the Nottingham Forest one with the Antonio thing. You know, they'd been having argy-bargy for ages, Antonio and that defender. Yeah. And the ref was letting it go. And he was consistent. He didn't give the penalty. He didn't give the free kick against Antonio. He let that go all game. And then they were like, right, you've got to go and take a look at it. And then all of a sudden he changes his mind. And I felt the ref was trying to be consistent. And in that one moment, it switches. But something changed, didn't it? Because VAR used to actually give the decision. They would turn around and say, no penalty. Or they'd say, whatever. Now it's always the ref goes and has a look. And then it looks like he changed his mind. I don't know if they've done that to try and allow the referee to make the call, so it doesn't look like they've made a mistake. Almost they get a chance to right the wrong, rather than overrule them and stick up on the screen, "Oh, we're overruling you because you messed up," kind of thing. I don't know, but
I think
it's different than it used to be.
I think they tell him they tell him it's a pen, but can he double check? By then, obviously his mind's going towards what VAR is saying, and like you said, VAR saying, final call was his, but we've just kind of played with his mind and told him what we think. And usually when they go there, we know. And then what I don't agree with is you gotta think about where that camera's gonna be. If it's gonna be with the home fans, then near the crowd, I've seen at some grounds, the ref's getting pelters right next to him, and he's trying to look through the screen, and people are shouting, like what happened at Forest, I think, where me and Frankie thought we're not going to get the penalty. It's the most biggest stalwart penalty in the world, and he was standing there for ages, wasn't he? He's like, and I didn't know. And I was like, and I kept shouting. I was going mad in the front room saying, they're not showing him the angle we've just seen with Sky. Why are they not showing him that blatant angle? It was really worrying what's going on, really. Absolutely crazy, really. So what we're going to do is World Cup is going to take out November, I think, most of November, no games. And then, we just got to get back to... And the thing, Tommy, is that usually in West Ham history, we have such a reasonable good window now. We never fall out, mate. So my worry is that we don't add further in January, which we should. And again, most of the hard work's been done if all these signings work out. You just need fine-tuning in a couple of positions. But do you think we're going to buy anyone in January? Or are you worried we go back to just not doing anything again? I don't know, mate.
No, we'll see little to nothing in January. To be honest, Moyes doesn't like that window. Moyes is very slow to buy players in January. He doesn't think there's good value for money. He often can't get the players he'd like to get because teams are far less willing to sell their players mid-season. So I wouldn't expect much of anything. It won't surprise me if we don't sign anybody in January, honestly.
Oh, really? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Oh, mate.
There would have to be, I think there would have to be some kind of necessity. For example, it looks like Dawson might not go in this window. He might have to stay. But he could go in January. So we may need to bring somebody in till the end of the season, stopgap, just to fill Dawson's space. You might see something like that happen. But I don't think there's going to be any kind of real money spent in January. There'll be little to no activity, I would think, unless, as I say, there's an absolute necessity to do that. But hopefully there won't be. Hopefully we'll have a nice fully fit squad, and we'll be going really well. And I still would like to see a third striker, like a proper number 9. to have on the bench as well, to be honest with you, or in case of emergency. I don't like, having to reshuffle everything elsewhere in the squad. Like having to move Bowen up there and then moving Cornet.
I'll tell you what, yesterday, Scamacca, if he started and Antonio again had a reasonably good game behind him, oh God, we would have been all right, mate. We would have won it. Scamacca would have knocked one in and we would have won it, I reckon. And I want a strike. I don't want Antonio Bowen playing up front, like I said. Going back to the comment, that's the way I brought my kids up. And my dad used to say, if you don't support West Ham, you know where the front door is. And we never had a choice, didn't want one. And I know now, my friend down the road, he's a Man United fan. His son is a Liverpool because one of the cousins has said something. I can't understand that. Either the whole family's... And that's why I used to take the mick out the Liverpool-Everton derby, Frankie and Tommy. It's just such a soft derby, wasn't it? Because families... And I could never get that. In London, we're just used to... quite harsh derbies with Chelsea, Spurs, and Arsenal, that kind of things, really. Yeah, Tommy, what's your story about being a West Ham fan then? How did you become a West Ham fan?
Oh, I spent some of my childhood in East London. It was the local club.
Oh wow, bloody hell!
Yeah, I was in East London from when I was around. I don't know, maybe 10 years, like 7 to 17, something like that.
Whereabouts in East London? Whereabouts were?
I was in a few different places. I was in Forest Gate, East Ham, Manor Park.
All around there. Great, all around there.
Roughly on the Manor.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in East Ham, I lived in Grangewood Street, and all that was separating me from the stadium there was a small park. I could hear the crowd from the living room.
I mean, what we used to see, obviously, the old grounds, was the floodlights, wasn't it? The high floodlight. You could always find your way through a town, but now, obviously, they're built into the stands. You might not see it that high. Dabs is saying don't go to sleep. I don't know about this, mate. Listen, I'm not going to rule anything.
I think we could quite happily go a kit, mate, to be perfectly honest. And I can assure you I will be long before 11 o'clock because I haven't had enough sleep after that Tottenham game.
Oh,
yeah, I don't think you'll miss much, Frankie. Yeah. Also, I went to St. Bon's. So if there's any St. Bon's boys in the chat, big up.
Cheeky comment from back Seamus Coleman used to be mustard.
Used to be mustard. I like that.
Not bad, mate. Not bad, mate. Tony's on about Essex, but living in Isle of Man now. Wow. Frankie, is that where they have that biking race, Isle of Man?
I think it is. Yeah.
Isle of Man TT. Yeah.
That's it, mate. Yeah. Yeah. Tommy Black's golf. Okay. Yeah. I mean, golf.
Decent at the golf over here.
Rugby's all right as well. Rugby's
very popular here. We beat New Zealand recently. Oh, in New Zealand, I think only the fourth. At the time, we were only the fourth team to ever do it, and that included the Lions. You wouldn't really include that, but only the third proper country team to do it. But I think Argentina just did it as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I think
Argentina just turned them over with the All Blacks, which was incredible. I think that'll be the end of their manager.
Yeah, I think Wales are quite good at the moment, aren't they? Wales are good. France
the usual teams are always in the mix, aren't they?
Yeah. This is the comments and best comments as the channel started from Dean. Full stop. I'll get in there, mate. Dean, getting on it, mate.
Dean doesn't speak unless he's really got something to say.
Yeah, bottom line with the penalty, he didn't deliberately move his arm. Yeah, but listen, it could have gone either way, and I would have just said, "All right, it is what it is, mate. It's kind of is what it is, mate." Linesmen are doing their jobs. It's Joe Bucharest. Oh, this is our fan from Romania.
So Romanian friends.
Yeah. Next Thursday, a week today.
Oh shit! I better check the tickets, mate. You reminded me. I'm so busy, but my life's going to be slightly different. I'm pretty glad in a way the window's shut because now we can concentrate on the matches, and I'm going to do more Hammer history stuff and get back to that. Get my little vintage camera out, my little microphone, my Terry Wogan wand, that kind of thing. So yeah. Yesterday, so funny, Frankie. We walked past the statue twice. I said, "Where the hell's it gone?" I couldn't find it. so I did yesterday's one near the bell, where the bell is.
Where the bell is.
Yeah, oh my God. Hilarious, some of the things that go on, mate. Oh my God. And the journey, mate. Yeah, all the M25 shut, M4 shut.
Was
Another, 3-4 road shut, mate. Nightmare. Man of the match yesterday. Man of the match. Is Antonio or Zuma?
No, not Antonio.
Suchiki?
Of course it's Super Tom.
Mm.
Absolutely Super Tom. No, I don't know, mate. Tough one, isn't it? I think you have to give it to Super Tom for getting the goal. I still think he had a pretty solid game.
Oh, no.
So.
No, Frankie, don't do the Sky Sports thing. He scored a goal there for man of the match.
Go for it, Tommy.
The reason I'm giving it to him is because I just think he's come in for such a lot of stick, and I still think he does. We know he's limited. We know he can't play the ball particularly well. We know he's not the best passer of the ball, but I think the last couple of games he's worked very hard. I think he kept McGinn quiet in the Aston Villa game, and I think he done more than enough last night to be one of the best players on the pitch. Then he gets the goal, and that takes him over the line for me to give him man of the match. No one else really stood out for me. A lot of people said Kehrer played well.
I thought Kehrer was brilliant.
A lot of people said Kehrer was really good, and he probably did have a
He's very brave, isn't he? Very brave. Always in the tough position. And I know when you think about it, he gave away the penalty on his debut, but I rather have him there trying to do something, because if he was, imagine he wasn't there and Son's his man and Son scores, that's not good. But at least he was trying to do something.
His ball playing is exceptional as well. There was a few passes he made out from the back that were fantastic at getting us moving forward for a change. And I'm really enjoying the fact that, you know, he gets the ball and he actually tries to pick out a forward pass. Not just Souček was very guilty last night. What I will say, he was very guilty of always looking for Soufal anytime he got the ball. It was just like a safety net for him. I know I've got a 5-yard pass to Soufal. If I give it to him, I'm not going to give the ball away, and it's an easy out for me. So,
checkmate.
But listen, do you guys realise how fast Kehrer is? He's probably our fastest player, pace for pace. And he ran with Son, and he was only in second gear. They were both running for it. So I like.
I don't know. We're going to have to get him and Max Cornet to have a sprint race and training to figure that one out, I think.
Good point. He's very explosive, Cornet, but I don't know what role. He might be our goalkeeper next. I don't know what's going on. But anyone been to Romania, you guys, before? I haven't been. Anyone?
I've never been before, mate. No, never been before.
So, Mr. Dan, let us know any nice dinners or famous things from there. Let us know. All I know is this Count Dracula land for me, innit? Dracula Castle. That's all I know about Romania.
Transylvania, yeah.
But I do know there's a lot of people from Romania in the UK. Yeah, I know a few people. Yeah, all from there. Peter, how you doing? All right. You believe the media and Sky Sports influence? Ooh, you never know, mate. You never know. Well, what about that 98th minute Liverpool winner, gentlemen? And as soon as they score, I believe he blew the whistle, and all my Liverpool fans were laughing, giggling away on the WhatsApp groups. Like,
well, they apparently, I haven't seen it, but apparently they was terribly trying to waste time, like really taking the mick with time wasting. So a lot of people were saying, well, you kind of got what you deserve for playing crap football. But I don't know. It's
Fergie time, that.
If they had dropped more points, mate, they would have been in big trouble.
Yeah, old man Shaggy. Yeah, there were a lot of crosses that weren't going anywhere, mate.
Yeah,
but hopefully,
I don't think it'll matter in the end. Haaland looks like he wants to score 100 goals.
Yeah, he's been my captain by default in the fantasy football team every week.
Oh man, triple captain his ass, man. Seriously.
Yeah, hopefully when he plays Bournemouth, I don't know when Man City going to play Bournemouth if they haven't.
We're gonna get the song soon, aren't we, from the City fans? Haaland's on fire. Your defense is terrifying. Haaland's on fire.
They're all copying our songs. Mandy, welcome, Mandy. Frankie's biggest fan. Mandy's here.
Good old Mandy.
Let's say we don't get a centre back in, we keep Dawson. No. It's not ideal, but then I understand that we have his contract. He cannot leave without. And listen. He's experienced. He's professional. He'll realise that. All right, I'll hang on another 3 months. And when the World Cup isn't on, he can go back there, can't he? He can go back to the Midlands when the World Cup isn't on. Yeah. He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Mate, he can't be that unhappy. Do you
know
what I mean? How long's
There's a
he
little
got
bit
in
of-
a career as a football player? He's got a couple more years, and he's going to retire a multi-millionaire and live the rest of his life in pure happiness.
Where's it?
and
Where's it?
bliss.
Anyone know? Anyone know?
You
Where
can't
is
be
he
that
from?
unhappy, can you?
Let me
And
see
to
where
be
he's...
fair, he came to us from fucking Watford.
Yeah, we gave
No,
him
it's not.
Europa League football.
No, I just mean like geographically. Like it's not like he was up there all the time and
Yeah,
then
that's a
came
good
down
point.
south and got
That's a very
homesick
good
all of a
point.
sudden. He was playing for fucking Watford.
Yeah,
When he signed for us. So yeah, I think Craig needs to get over it a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of... For me, I was happy to let him go because I thought he's peaked. He's not going to... He's slow. He's 32. Good time for both parties, I think. Peter?
Man, he says it's his wife. You women are always trouble. That's the problem.
Oh, mate. Glenn Hoddle.
We need to
Yeah.
we need to find him a nice young mistress in the East End. That's what we need
The
to do.
best man has arrived in the chat. Frankie, get the red carpet out. Look who's arrived. Pitsy.
Big to Pits.
Pitsy's a big Antonio fan, which, yeah, we understand that. But all we say is that going forward, we want him to play in that role behind a striker and that kind of thing, really. But, yeah. Hope you're well, Pitsy. Did you go? Let me know. Oh, Kara man of the match. Interesting, Tommy.
100%, yeah. I thought Kera was excellent last night. I tell you what, I know we had a little bit of a shaky start in the opening game. Obviously it was against Man City, give away the pen and all that. But against Brighton, wasn't it? Give away the pen and
Brighton,
obviously an own goal last night, which was just pure bad luck, really. But I tell you what, he's just getting better and better with every game. I think this guy's going to prove to be an absolute steal at 10.1 million. I think this guy looks quality, and he's gelling in with the team now. His confidence, you can see, is growing. I think Kera is going to prove to be an unbelievable signing.
The thing is, Tommy, like you said, when he was 19, 20, 3-4 years ago, Barcelona and PSG, they're fighting to grab him, and they went for 33 million back then. So,
and let's be honest, PSG is a bit of a shit show, isn't it? I mean, a lot of players go there, big names, big reputations, loads of talent, and it doesn't work out for them there. I mean, they change managers far too often. It's hard for any player, unless they're really marquee, unless you're kind of Neymar or Mbappe or whatever. It's hard for any player to go there and stay in anyone's plans for very long because they're probably changing the manager every fucking season. New manager comes in, he wants his players that he likes brought in, and next thing you know, you're surplus to requirements, and you're getting sold on again. So I wouldn't judge any player by from being sold by PSG. It doesn't mean they're a bad player.
Question for you in the chat, Pete, Tommy. Rugby. Do you think the rugby VAR system works better?
Yeah, it does. It's a much cleaner system. We can hear what they're saying for one thing.
A lot of things work better in rugby than football, to be fair, isn't it? You could take a drink in it, Frankie, into the crowd, mix in, and got to learn a lot. But listen, it's two different sports. They're not going to be the same. I understand that, but I need to go. Twickenham, Frankie. Ever been? I need to go.
I've been, mate. I used to go there with school trips a lot.
You enjoy it?
It's all right.
I heard Chelsea wanted to share the ground once, and they said no, you're not doing it. Even when your grounds, they said no. Even because the history and the rivalry, they said even if you want to, like Spurs went to Wembley for a bit, didn't they? Chelsea inquired about it. They go, no, get out of here. No chance, mate. No football on this pitch.
Yeah. We shared with Charlton.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
we let Charlton use Upton Park.
We shared it with Charlton back in the day. Yeah, I remember that. Shame we didn't get Haaland over the line, and he went. Well, we were in for him once, Haaland. I don't know.
Yeah, we were in for Neymar too back in the day. Remember when he was still in Brazil? He was I think he was about 19 or something like that. But that could have happened. I know we left now, but that could have happened. That actually could have happened. That Neymar deal.
Oh, mate. I'm going to catch up with the chat and then we'll close off in about 10 minutes. And looks like...
Yeah, I'm going to pop off now, guys, because I have
we're going to close off now as well.
Just said I'd pop on, say hello. So,
you take care. Appreciate that, mate.
Folks.
Yeah,
take care, guys.
You take care, yeah? Have a good one.
Mate.
Cheers. Old man Shaggy, I think we can. What do you think of Agard? We can't think anything of Agard, can we? We can't. I don't know.
I mean, we definitely saw glimpses of how he could really pick a pass from the back in the sort of cameos that he's had for us so far. So, but similar to Kerr in that regard, really, Kerr's great at picking a pass out from the back as well. So he was obviously going for a certain type of player to try and get us to be able to play the ball a little bit better than what we have been. So it does seem like we had a bit of an idea of how we want to play and the type of football we want to play, because we sign players with that similar sort of trait. So the only position we still haven't quite done it with is that midfield position, that central midfield. So yeah, I think that's going to be the next big one. I'd like to see it done if Rice is going out the door within the next year or so.
Probably. Yeah,
but it is what it is.
I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Just be patient and wait for the right person to be available. Fingers crossed Onana shows himself to be a completely shit player. We can have a laugh at him. And I'm hearing a lot more that he's shit than good, but I ain't seen him, so I'm not going to say nothing. It's a bit of that. But yeah, I mean, let's see how David Moyes does, how he does. But yeah, you put money on the line, you know the owners, they turn the screw. That's the other side of it. When you get back reasonably, pressure's going to be on him, how he sorts it all out. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, yeah, we don't want to make any predictions where we're going to finish. It's a long way to go. Every match is difficult, but signs are okay. We've got a few points on the board last two games. Suchek's is getting there slowly. Yeah, very worried about Bowen. Antonio had a good game last night, but then what's that one good game in what? I don't know how many months, or 7-8 months, but
still can't quite score, can he? I've got to be honest. I was a bit gutted for him when he hit the post there. He done it.
Oh yeah,
right.
What a shot! Oh,
he created
mate.
the space. If he wraps his foot around that a little bit more, that goes in the back. Of
that crap. I would have been probably 4 rows in front.
The roof off,
oh my god,
amazing.
Mate!
So,
mate, yeah.
I was gutted for him, but this is the point, mate. No matter what he does at the moment, he just can't. It just ain't happening for him, is it? It's just not happening for him. So, times like that, I wish we had the options. Well, we have now. Skamaka will be that option to be able to say to him, look, just sit a few games out, come on, get yourself back rested and feeling like you're 100%, and then have another crack. I think that's been our problem in recent times. When players have fallen out of form, we haven't been able to just give them a bit of headspace, say, let's sit a couple of games out, get yourself back together mentally, and then come back and hit the ground running again. Because we just ain't had no options. But we've got those options now. And people have got to be on their toes, mate, because, Bowen at the moment, he's all right playing like this, but we got Cornet sitting there waiting, chomping at the bit to get game time. And at the end of the day, he's got a feature at some point, and Moyes has got to say to Bowen, it's just not happening for you, mate. Just sit out for a bit. That will, when you've got the World Cup round the corner, I'm pretty sure all Bowen's going to want to be doing is playing football, making sure he's got a chance of getting in that England squad. But that's even more why it's a bit strange at the moment. And maybe there is something that he's got like a bit of a knock, or he's got an injury, or his foot's out, or there's something not quite right, because it just he ain't quite right. He looks off the pace. He looks nowhere near as sharp as he was. There was a few times yesterday, mate, that the ball broke, and I felt like if he was ready and waiting and anticipating it, and he was sharp and ready to go, he would have got the ball and could have had, a couple of chances at goal. But he was almost half asleep, mate. He just didn't have that little bit of nippiness that he used to have. He used to pickpocket people all the time and get the ball and get through on goal, and he just ain't doing it at the moment, mate. So I don't know. It's a bit of a shame for him, really.
What did you think of Paqueta, what you saw?
I think he looked great, mate. I think he really does put a foot in, which is a brilliant trait to have as someone who's also got flair, skill, can pick a pass, can play football, can run with the ball. Normally, the bit that then they don't have is that bit of bite, that bit of put a foot in, can make a challenge and make a tackle. I think he's the perfect sort of size to work out in the Premier League as well. He's 6 foot. He's not a lightweight, fancy Dan. He's got a bit of strength about him as well. I think it's going to be a big success, mate. I really think he's going to work out. I really do. So, no, really positive about his 20-odd minutes, what he got last night.
Yeah, and he would have known how our club, we probably cheer a tackle equally or as well as a goal. So he probably saw that. And there's a couple of times where the ball slipped, but somehow, like you said, with his stature and the way he plays, he got it back twice. He won it back twice, and we went nuts again. And I think Rice has, on his Twitter, he's actually posted the moment he comes on. We absolutely think that the Messiah's come. You know what we're like, a bit jolly in the evening. We went nuts, and yeah, it's good to grab him. And that's the thing. Sometimes Ben Rama's like a little baby. People just push him out the way. You know, a couple of times he's just
that's his problem, mate. He is too easy to move off the ball. He really, really is. And when you're like that, if you're a bit lightweight like that, you've got to have that bit of blistering pace to get away from players. And unfortunately, Ben Rama, he ain't quite as. I always look at him and think, oh, he must have a turn of pace about him, and he don't. He hasn't got that speed that sort of gets him ahead of players. It's I mean, look, he's been really good for us for the beginning of this season, so I can't knock him too much, mate. But
it's last night, it's a squad, isn't it? Yeah.
I looked to last night to be the judge, the true judge, on whether Ben Rama is going to show us something different, and he didn't quite do it last night, did he?
Yeah. Going back to the more important question, we don't care about football, right? The booze. I've run out of rum. I'm really but I need to sort myself out. After today, it's going to be Friday, Saturdays only. Back to football, back to history. Because of the transfer window, every other day I've been jumping up and down. As soon as someone sneezes, me and Frankie are on, and it's kind of it's all been fun. But I think I'm kind of happy in the way the window's shut, Frankie. We can concentrate on other things of football that matters and put the pressure back on David to. Yeah, sort his formation out, play people in the right way. But yeah, I've run out of rum. I don't like spiced rum. Bacardi usually for me, Havana Gold 3 or 5 or 7. Well, yeah, that's all right. The pub didn't have any rum. Tell him off next time, Frankie. Didn't have any rum.
Disappointed with that, mate, weren't we? That did let the side down last night.
You're quite all right mixing your drinks, I know. If you don't mind, you had so many different drinks.
Mate. I did. I think I had cloudy cider, normal cider. You gave me whiskey. Then we had Jack Daniels and Coke cans, and then dark fruits, and then something else inside the ground. Then I come out. Then I was having gin in the pub. Then I was having vodka.
Did you catch up with the old man in the end? Did you see him?
No, when we got to the ground, he was there.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
So we spent the first half with him, and then second half, mate, it's dangerous because they've got the bar downstairs, but I can see why they do it now. I always used to moan that they used to close the bar too early. Like when the game kicked off, they'd close all the bars. But it is to force people to go back to their seats, because I go down there and they've got that big screen TV, and from the bar at it must be like block 233. They've got this massive bar. You can walk up and get a drink anytime you want. It's right in front of the big screen, and you can just plot yourself up there, have drinks on hand, and watch the game. And once you're there and you're having a few drinks, mate, it is it's hard to go back up to your seat because you're just quite happy having a few beers with your pals and having a chat with everyone. And yeah, it's rather than sitting in your seat upstairs, sitting down, everyone going sit down, or you can't stand up, or moaning at you. You're all just at the bar having a good old booze up. So
what happened yesterday? I went down to go out and get an early burger, which was average about 5 minutes before the end, half time. They wouldn't open the door, and the West Ham fans are like, "Oh my god!" It was such good. It's funny they're calling him Columbo and all kinds of funny things. And he's like, "I can't. I got to wait for the radio." I'm like, "Come on, mate! 5 minutes, half time. You definitely open the doors before. What's going on here?" It's hilarious, mate. We got out there, and then I just thought, "Why? What was the bloody rush, mate? The food's crap anyway." But that's what happened down there. Beer, I don't hardly drink at the. What is it? My son told me it's down to $6.50 now. We've got a pound off now. It's gone down a pound, about a pound down. Have you been to the Spurs? I don't know, any hospitality, because I've heard they're on another level. Some of the clubs like that.
No, mate, no, I haven't. I've never been. The only
I heard
place
Chelsea's
I've
good.
been
Chelsea?
Yeah, I've only been
Yeah.
Arsenal, and not for. It was for an event. It was for a marketing digital event. It wasn't for football. So yeah.
You've done West Ham. I heard it's not all that. It's just like roly
West Ham's
polies.
all right, mate. It's all
Is it all right? Is it all right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool,
all right.
cool.
It's all right. We'll go. We'll go. I'll get us sorted out for a game, and you can come and vlog from there with your old long stick microphone. Go and meet some of the
Players,
some of the
innit?
old players.
Ray
Put you in
Stewart,
Walker.
Yeah, we'll have a laugh. Ralph, Frankie's gonna have a go at you with a comment like that. He's feeling sorry for big doors. Don't feel sorry for him, Ralph.
Definitely don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah, Broja, nah. Could do. It's a medicals, that's the issue. But I don't know if you can get the first part done today, second part tomorrow. I don't know. But we're gonna close off in a minute. Carried our asses for 2. Yeah. But I think he's peaked, mate. Good time for him. Good time for us to depart. I think on good terms. Yeah. Alex, hope you're doing all right. Alex, hope you calm down, mate. Hope you calm down a little bit. Alex was one of them, Frankie, going nuts and had to call the police. We'll discuss it. Yeah, Areola is a big issue. It's a big issue. We'll see what happens, mate. Yeah, Woods. Yeah, I've heard of Woods. Mate, I've got a story about Right Nephew overproof, but that's for another show. VAR. Yeah, we'll see what happens, isn't it, Mr. Carter. Alex. Yeah, I know you mean, mate. Thumbs up. Peter's saying thumbs up, mate. So we're going to close off, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to do a part 3, but at the moment, there is no need. Nothing much happening.
Might be a big signing, mate, and we might be jumping back on with massive news. Who knows?
Then we will be on. But apart from that, Frankie, what's for tea or dinner or whatever? Anything nice lined up, mate? Anything nice?
No, I had it early because I knew we was jumping on and doing a video, mate. I've done it a little bit early, mate. So yeah, I'm all fed and watered, and gonna go and chill out now, mate. And got a new laptop, so I got to set that up. Got a new phone, so I got to set that up. So I'm gonna tinker with those this evening. And yeah, that's it, mate.
I'll tell you what, the wife, again, going off tangent, the wife, usually I'm the only Apple person, and my daughter, the other 3 are Samsung. For some reason, she went back to Apple. The reason was the Samsung phones kept breaking down very, very quickly compared to Apple, even though Samsung, yeah, she likes a lot of things you can do on it.
Yeah.
But so she went to Apple, and then she sold it very quickly. She got stupid value. Yeah. She got really good money for it. I don't want to guess. I think it was around 500, 6, and she's only had it 4, 5, 6 months. So she sold it for that much. Then she went back to Samsung latest phone, and she was quids in because she didn't have to pay much for that. So she did all that. Yeah, with the kids, he's got a HP laptop, and he bloody plugged the fan in USB into the laptop, and it never worked again. And I had a look, it's backing up and running again. I mean, I'm with Apple at the moment. I'm happy with it. I'd just rather stick to one thing. And then the daughter's got a really old Apple going back to uni. So, yeah, we're all bloody trying to work things out. But it depends what works for you. I'd just rather stick to Apple, mate. The cloud, I'm just used to it. You can't go between the two, I don't think. You got to stick with one, I think. So, see how that goes, mate. So, yeah, what we'll do, we'll catch up, next couple of days. And once things settle down, we'll do some history programs and probably do the one after Chelsea game's finished or anything else happens interestingly. Transfer market, we look at that, innit, mate?
Yeah, no, sounds good to me, mate. Sounds good to me.
I hope Matt's all right. We've got to get him on earphones, mate. I hope Matt's all right. Matt, you all right?
No, where's he gone? He's vanished.
Nah, he does when the game finishes, weekends, he comes on after that. But yeah, hope you have a great evening, Frankie. Hope we're jumping on and we'll catch up next couple of days, mate.
Catch you later on, pal.
I might stay on for another half an hour due to demand.
Stay on, mate.
I've got to sign some things for these. You know what they're like. Bloody hell, mate. Take care, mate.
See you later.
Yeah, take care. So you guys in the chat, anything you want signed, give them to me now, innit, Frank? Give it to me now. What do you want me to sign on that? Come on. Pen's going to come out in a minute. We'll stick around for 5 minutes. and then we'll close down. So I just want to see what news is coming on the other screen. Yeah, so let me just check last minute. Let me have a look, see what's going on. See what's going on here. Right, the time now is, what is it, 7:43. Right, so it looks like the latest news is that Ashby's move has fallen through, literally confirmed, yeah, a couple of minutes ago. Yeah. The entered talks earlier in the day. The deal is off. Yep. Ashby deal is off. West Ham United are unwilling to lose the player. So that's kind of number one. I'm sticking on for a bit, mate. Sticking on, matey. Apple. Orange, innit? It's about Orange Network, mate. Peter's on it. So, yeah. So, Ashby's not going. The next news is... Report claims David. Yeah, David didn't want... Southampton boy. West Ham make inquiry half an hour ago. Torino. Yeah, we're just... I think we ain't going to do anything, mate. What else is going on there? West Ham ask about 30. Is Doherty 30 years old, is he? I didn't know he's 30, so we asked about him. Doherty is not going to happen. West Ham move failed. See, I don't believe that Badnarak chose somewhere else. That's complete crap. It's about David Moyes having last-minute reservations about whether he can still improve us. So don't believe some of those stories about, like you see in the comments like, oh, the rivals have snatched West Ham's target. That's a load of crap, mate. Most of the time, I think we're okay. Anana was a weird one, and it's David Moyes being too honest and saying you're not going to get, I can't guarantee football, which was, listen, get him in, mate, But listen, might be good for us. That was a huge, very expensive move. And sometimes in life, I told you, when you think you want something badly, you don't get it. You sulk for a couple of days, and you end up with what you think is a second choice. It works out better. And I think last night, Paqueta, he's a West Ham player. He's going to bond with us. We're going to love him. Tricks, we're going to go nuts, mate. He's going to be... And that's always thought. What would you rather have? 40, 15 million pound Paqueta, Scamacca, or do you want a boring CDM? 6'7"? What's he going to do? What excites you more? It's going to be goals, assists, things like that, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll call it quits. We'll be back later on if something else really changes or not. I'll give you guys a minute in the chat. There's loads of you in the chat. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart supporting the channel. We're going to bring some great original things to you guys. Racing towards 1.5, 2K already. Every single video is smashing records, mate. Absolutely, really, really well. Met so many of you at the ground yesterday. We had a good laugh. So yeah, really, really good. So yeah, give a couple of minutes to you guys and last minute questions for me, which I'll answer. That's what the channel's all about. It's about reading every comment, answering it, bringing you in there. It's live all the time on the channel. We don't want to do any of those pre-videos. Yeah, listen, I don't want to talk to myself. Yeah, I'm not bloody Charlton Heston or Marlon Brando, anything like that. It's nothing about you guys in the chat. That's what it's all about. Yep, I've got to sign your jock strap, and Peter. Yeah, bring that in the match days, mate. We'll do it on a nice permanent marker, mate. You know it, Alex. You know it, mate. Stubborn little gitty. Uncle Moisey is a pain in the ass, mate. Shit. Pain in the ass. All the big boys are in the sky room, I can see. Yeah, I don't think so, mate. Oh, showing your age now, mate. Clive Thomas was a dodgy one. Yeah, on about that bloody fullback again, aren't they? What do you know about Bamba Dieng, then Marseille striker? Oh, he's in jeopardy. The move's in jeopardy. I would have liked to see Dan James in there. But then we got Cornet as a winger. Got Bowen. Didn't make sense, did it? Didn't make sense, yeah. We need wing backs. We need good wing backs, right backs, CDMs, and a striker, I think. Yep. I think this is the only time where John Lyle nearly said that the game was fixed and he got into trouble, didn't he, Tony? John Lyle said those things, didn't he? Lyle's. I've got Lyle's here, mate. Let me show you the Lyle picture. Lyle's here. Lyle's there, mate. Hang on, what's that cable for? Can I take it out? What's that cable? Oh, it's my bloody camera. I can't take that out. There's Lyle. There's Lyle. There's Lyle. Oh, we're going towards the Lyle. Let me move out the way. There's Lyle. Oh, mate. I don't have to control this bloody thing. There's Lyle in there, isn't he? There's Lyle in there. You can see little Lyle. Johnny Lyle's in there. Got Dev in there as well, isn't it? Devy boy. Dev's in there somewhere. The Canio. Oh, shit. How do I control this thing? There we go. Got the Canio in there. Got my little West Ham figures in there as well. Can you see the West Ham little West Ham lads in there? Don't know if you can see it. Can you see the West Ham little boys in there? West Ham figurines in there, little badges in there. Got the old Grand in there. Got the little Devs in there, ain't he? All the old little pictures from the past, mate. That's my first shirt. Got little Jeff Pike. Pikey's in there, little Pikey boy. Pikey boy. Yeah, all the pictures of all there's me and like Kaz and all them lot up there, innit? All the lads, all the little pictures up there, mate. We'll show them more, mate. We'll show them more. Hang on a minute, the bloody cable's up, come. Hang on a minute. There we are. Sorry about that, everyone. Bloody hell, I lost it, didn't I? Bloody hell. Jazz is back. Sorry about that. Let me sort it out. There we go. Jazzy boy. Why is that not sitting on there? I haven't broken it, right? No, it's all sorted. There we go. We're back online, mate. Titanic sank there. Sorry about that, everyone. Bloody hell. All this bloody, you know what I'm like with techno. Fucking understand it. It's all over the place, isn't it? Let me sort it out 1 minute. There we go. Is that better? There we go. There we go. Back now. So I hope you liked a bit of the tour. Nearly smashed the whole camera around. There we go. There we go. That wasn't too bad, was it? Let's sort that out a bit more. There we go. And let me read the chat. Sort that out a bit. Hang on. That's all right, isn't it? Oh, my God. Too many choices. No, what it is, Pete, is about timing. About timing and already having a couple of players in that position and obviously the money. It's about timing. And that's why it's a shame that we weren't ready to pay. But then what bargains were available? There wasn't, was there? So Chelsea didn't suddenly say that, oh, you can sign Gallagher or Brozier, because I think we were ready to pounce. So to be fair, and that again tells us how far we've come, where teams, Chelsea, Man United, they don't want to sell Wan-Bissaka to us on loan. They don't want to give us Gallagher. They don't want to give us Brozier. Tottenham obviously don't want to give a Doherty, whatever. So it just shows how far we come as a club that they don't want to give us. That's fair enough. That's fine. That's fine. But I'll take that as a compliment. I think. Yeah. So shall we carry on with the love? Let's carry on. Yeah, one game at a time, innit? Oh man, Shaggy, 1 game at a time, mate. Is that on a slow cooker, mate? Because I bought a steamer, top-notch Murphy Richards steamer, top model. I want to get healthy now. After the window shuts tonight, I'm only going to drink Friday, Saturdays. Going to do exercise. Got a whole gym here behind me. Don't even use it, like the boys. So healthy they are. And start steaming. I don't like veg a lot, but when you steam it, should be good. Steaming my little fish, bit of chicken in there, mate. All be good in there, mate. Sounds good. Good casserole. Can't go wrong with that, mate. Who's that? Diagna. Who's that, Peter? Who's that, mate? Yeah, it's fine. Greedy boys, aren't they? Greedy boys. What about that president? Yeah, Leon. You're not calling us a big club, cheeky little git. Okay, we're going to give you 15 million with add-ons. How much more you want, mate? No, Peter. What you want, Pete? Naughty boy. Don't do none of those things, matey. None of those naughty things in there. Butler, innit? On the buses, mate. But they're playing tonight, are they? Let me have a look at the fixtures. Yeah, maybe they are. I don't know. But yeah, we'll call it quits, though. You guys take care. And we'll be back tomorrow. And then, yeah, sorry about keep changing the Pirate Rum night. Yeah, it's been a long week. Bloody hell, didn't get into one at night from the Spurs game. And then today, yeah, back to work tomorrow. Do a couple of more things. And then we'll bring it on board. I think I pushed it out to next Thursday. Again, yeah, let's get the West Ham Thursday Pirate night in from the bar. All questions, no subject, random laughs and all that kind of thing, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. But another thing I noticed about Moyes, he's aged a bit, isn't he? Looks a bit old now, doesn't he? Put pressure in it, mate. Yeah, you take care, mate. You take care of yourselves, yeah. Yeah. So I think that's it for today. Yeah, what we got? Yeah, 3 hours left. And it's funny because Sky are bored. They're just chatting about not much, mate. Transfer alert. What's that come up? Nah, nothing's coming up. So, yeah, it's just Fulham, Southampton, Everton. Teams who ain't done nothing running around, with their pennies. That kind of thing, really. Yeah, so take care. Thanks again. Support for your channel. Alex, you cheeky, Peter, you cheeky git. What are you on about? 5 stone, I wish. Yeah, very good point, Alex. I think we helped him, and this has probably been the best few years of his. Oh my God, I forgot about Nathan Redmond. Someone's in for him. I think he's all right, but we don't need a winger. But I like Redmond. Rapid, mate. No, lockdown weight is a lot of suits, mate. I think it's about 1.5, something like that. It makes a big difference. Yeah, I need to sort it out. It's just not shifting, mate. I need to sort it. Yeah, take care, everyone. Let's call it quits. We've done our chatting and having a laugh, and we did a little nice instant reaction yesterday, and we did a couple of shows today. We put the hours in. So, yeah, we'll catch up in 1 or 2 days, or if something happens, I'll be on it. Take care. Thanks for your support, everyone. See you later.